What's up, guys? It's Keefe. In today's video, I've got 5 signs that you might be a nice guy. Now, before we get into that, I made this channel to build better men. So if you're a guy who's out there who's looking to improve his life, hit the subscribe button and bell icon. I put out new videos every single day to help you do exactly that. So let's get into the video. So the first sign that you might be a nice guy is that you avoid conflict. Look, like I say right here, it is important to have healthy debate. It is important to have healthy discussions and arguments with people that you're friends with or in a serious romantic relationship with, or maybe it's your coworkers or your boss. You need to get these things out in the open sometimes. This is extremely important because if you allow something to fester inside of you and continue to bother you, what's happening when this happens is, I'm sure you've experienced this before probably, is maybe somebody did one thing that bothered you and you never addressed it with them, and then that one situation starts to cloud your entire perception of the person to the point where you start to think everything about them is wrong. But at the end of the day, if you had just cleared up the issue at the very beginning, it wouldn't be this way. And usually the funny thing is, it starts with something small, right? Like maybe you're in a serious relationship with your girlfriend, and your girlfriend, maybe she's not cleaning up after herself or something like that, and it's really starting to bother you, but you don't say anything about it because you don't want to rock the boat, right? And then you start to see every decision she does through this lens. It's like you just start to see, like, oh, she's lazy about this, or you know what, she's not making me happy over here. And you start to, your reticular activating system starts to focus on every single problem that she has rather than noticing her redeeming qualities as well. And this happens with friendships too. And you just start to lose that relationship because you never addressed the issue you had. It's super important to do this, but a nice guy will avoid conflict because he thinks in conflict he's somehow not loved. The second sign that you might be a nice guy is that you think that in being nice, all your problems will be solved. It'll be smooth sailing for you. The nice guy always gets a big kick in the dick when he goes into life and he finds out that this just isn't how it is, right? Maybe you found yourself in this situation. You had this belief, or maybe you still have this belief that, you know what, if I just get along with everybody, if I make everybody happy, then my life will be great. You think that in your taking care of other people's needs, they're going to take care of yours. First of all, when you do it from that mindset, you're not actually trying to take care of them. You're trying to manipulate them to take care of you, which is fucked up, and you don't want to do that. But aside from that, it never works anyways, right? And reality comes along and it just shows you its true quality. It shows you that just because you're a nice guy or you think you're being a nice guy doesn't mean the world's just going to give you everything you want. This kind of guy, the nice guy, he ends up getting cheated on a lot. And this is a situation where he gets very resentful at reality, right? It'll happen, especially I see it a lot in these situations. A guy's with a girl and he's being this nice guy, gave her everything she wanted, yada, yada, that whole thing guys always say. And then he doesn't understand why he got cheated on or she dumped him, whatever the case may be. And it's because being a nice guy doesn't entitle you to things in life, right? You don't have that masculine part of yourself. You're just trying to be nice and appease everybody because you want them to love you, and this just doesn't work. And again, this leads to resentment because the nice guy won't look in the mirror and admit that he needs to change his behavior. So he looks at the world and thinks the world's evil. The key here is you need to understand that you being the nice guy is the problem, not the world. You got to deal with the world how it is, so you're the one who needs to change your behavior. The third sign that you might be a nice guy is if you have no masculine friends. Nice guys tend to congregate, right? You're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if all your friends are nice guy types, you can't be looking at me right now saying, yeah, but I'm not, right? Most likely you are, because certain traits are going to congregate, right? Certain behaviors are going to come together. So if you find yourself uncomfortable around masculine men or people who are direct with you, the ones who don't avoid conflict, maybe if they have an issue with you, they'll tell you, and this really bothers you, that's a sign that you might be a nice guy. Nice guys are very uncomfortable around men who are actually comfortable in their masculinity because nice guys are not comfortable in their masculinity. The fourth sign you might be a nice guy is if you struggle to say what you want. A lot of times nice guys think that their being loved is associated with their supplicating to everybody else's wants, going along with what everybody else wants. And at the end of the day, first of all, this isn't going to get you any respect. And the second thing is, it's just not true, right? I'm sure you've known somebody in your life who, when you asked what they wanted to do, they were kind of like irrelevant in the conversation, right? Maybe in your friend group, you have one of these kinds of guys, and they won't formulate an opinion and say what they want. They go along with everything. And one of two things usually happens. One, they're usually very unmemorable because they don't actually have any opinion on anything because they're afraid to be disliked. Or the second thing is maybe they're very subtle about what it is they want, right? They're not direct, so they're passive aggressive about it, right? It could be even something as simple as like maybe they want the TV turned up. And they're like, they won't say, turn the TV up. They'll just be like, it's kind of quiet. I can't, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like they won't directly say what they want. And at least for me, this always kind of annoys me, because it feels like they're trying to put this energy on me to solve a problem for them, but they won't directly say what they want. And I think a lot of guys experience this, but again, the nice guy thinks that he needs to be loved by others. And in doing so, he thinks the way to do that is to not rock the boat, not have any wants, basically be unseen, right? He's spoken to, but he never speaks to anybody, that kind of attitude. And this is just a huge mistake, and a lot of nice guys feel this way. They're very uncomfortable being direct about their wants. A lot of times this comes out in relationships with women as well, but I see it a lot of times in friend groups also. Fifth sign that you might be a nice guy is that you believe that in being a nice guy, being this good guy, right, you will get the love and desire of others. Again, like I've been talking about, the nice guy feels that he needs this love of other people, and he thinks that if he can just give other people what they want, they'll love and appreciate and desire him, and this just never works this way. Understand that this type of behavior is a form of approval seeking. You're trying to get other people to like you by putting on a facade rather than being the genuine you, letting out all of your qualities. You want to be a certain image because you think that's the image that people like. If you find yourself holding back your true personality, you might be a nice guy. Understand that in doing so, in being a nice guy, I put in quotes because you're actually not really being a nice guy here, is what you're going to discover is that the world doesn't owe you anything just because you're nice, and that people aren't going to necessarily love you or treat you right just because you did this way. They're probably going to treat you like a doormat because you're not demanding their respect. They're going to think they can walk all over you. This is the perception I've always had. And look, I used to be a nice guy, so I've experienced it on the end where you are the doormat. And then after having recovered from this being a nice guy and then dealing with nice guys and just feeling my own personal, the way I wanted to react to a nice guy, I can tell you this is how I felt. It's like, I was like, well, if you're not going to tell me what you want, then I'm not going to waste my time trying to make you happy, right? That kind of attitude. So you got to understand, if you struggle with trying to say what you want, right, and you feel like you need to be this nice guy to get the love and desire of others, that's a serious nice guy issue, and it doesn't work. It's going to backfire on you. You're going to wind up, like I was talking about over here, feeling resentful at the world. But the problem isn't the world. The problem is you and your nice guy behaviors. I don't want to sit here and give you this video where I tell you that you might be a nice guy and tell you that it's a problem and then not give you some solutions to the problem. I'll eventually make a full video on this, but I wanted to give you 3 quick ways that you can change your nice guy behaviors quickly. The first one here is to become internally validated. Remember, we were talking about the nice guy is approval seeking. In order to stop approval seeking, you need to stop thinking that your value is determined by other people. You need to give yourself permission to have that value. When you give yourself permission to feel validated from within, you'll stop holding things back in your personality. The second thing you can do is be good with not being liked. Doesn't mean you have to be a jackass to people, but again, at the same time, it doesn't mean you need to be approval seeking from people. Just understand, not everybody's going to like you. In fact, that's a good thing, right? The more people who dislike you, more than likely, the more people are really, really going to like you. I'd rather have a lot of really true fans and a lot of people who don't like me than everybody just be really white bread about me, right? And not think much at all about me. So that's the thing, is understand some people aren't going to like you when you show off who you truly are, but that's more of a reflection of them than it is of you. And the third thing is to stop expecting the world to be mommy. This is really what this psychologically comes down to. Is a nice guy, they tended to not have masculine presences in their lives. And so as a result, they have a very feminine paradigm of the world, and they look at the world and want the world to be their mommy. This is why they play this nice guy role, and they think, if I'm just this good little innocent little boy, the world will come take care of me like mommy did. Stop expecting the world to take care of you like that. You need to go grab the world by the balls yourself. You got to do this on your own. You got to become a man. So stop looking at the world like it's going to take care of you. It's not going to. You have to take care of yourself. Guys, if you got something out of this video, give me a like so I can reach more guys. Hit the bell icon and subscribe button so you don't miss new videos. Thanks for watching. I'm going to put another video right here that I think you'll like as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.